Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and I'm sure a bunch of you not only caught the game, but caught the Super Bowl halftime show last night. Now, at first, I was attempting to actually stream live how do I say this? I was trying to stream live just the commercials while watching it over on Rockfin, which is the platform where I'm doing 5 exclusive videos a week on, but I just kept having buffering issue after buffering issue after buffering issue. And yes, the commercials were rife with propaganda. Probably the most disturbing one for me, at least. There were 2 commercials that really caught my eye throughout the whole thing. The first one was the 5G commercial, promoting 5G and promoting heroism in humans in relation to what 5G can never do, but how it's going to aid those things, like firefighters and all these other things. And of course, there was a ton of military propaganda in it as well. Now, the most truthful commercial throughout the entire thing before we get to, again, the halftime show, the occultic symbolism, because at first I thought we were going to get maybe no occultic symbolism, which would have been a pretty big surprise for these things because they do often happen, was a Snickers commercial where they were talking about the problems of the world. And all of a sudden, progressively, they got more and more truthful. And then there was an old man sitting at a table talking about the growth of the surveillance state. And this ended up being a Snickers commercial where they were feeding a hole. Okay, maybe I'll do a full video on that commercial as well. But let's get into the halftime show. Now, it was J-Lo behind me and Shakira. I'm not really going to show Shakira because... first of all, I want to say this. I'm not an expert on the occult, okay? I know a little bit. I've studied it. I don't practice the occult. All I've done is read books, watched documentaries, looked at not only Masonry, but the Knights Templar, obviously Crowley, and a lot of other things, okay? So before we even get into J-Lo and... what's her name? Shakira's occult stuff. The performance, oh my God. Talk about cookie cutter bullshit. Pretty terrible, right? Here's the thing. With Shakira, it started off with lip syncing. I hate lip syncing. Hate it. Hate it. If you're going to be a 43-year-old woman up there belting stuff out, belt it out. Show me you got moves. At least J-Lo was singing, right? On top of the Shakira stuff, there was a lot of Woman in Red. She did sing later on, but it was after J-Lo came out and some dude in all silver came out, right? The silver guy, I think, was the first guy to actually sing. So before we go into the J-Lo part of the performance, and believe me, we're going to do it because it starts right here. Some of you looking at the black and white background are going to know exactly what I'm talking about when I get there. But I want to talk about the similarities with this portion of the performance, because there's a bunch of different outfits, a bunch of different things going on, of Jennifer Lopez, and the performance that kind of shook the world with Beyonce and the Luminetti. Remember that one? And that's also the one where she throws up, she throws up the little hand signal. Let's hit that over there. You see that? Everybody was doing, oh, she's Luminettiing. She's illuminating, but she's also dressed in all black, okay? And she tried to say it was for her husband's Hova thing. I remember being with my girlfriend during that Super Bowl, and that was the one with the big blackout. And before that happened, let's be honest, Jay-Z and Beyonce play up the occult angle all the time and have for a very, very long time. And it benefits them. It gets people talking about them, right? The big news about Jay-Z and Beyonce is that they sat down for the national anthem at the Super Bowl this year. But we're talking similarities between Beyonce's performance and the J-Lo one. And right away, you're going to notice that they're dressed in pretty much all black, right? And this is kind of part of the goddess thing. Now, if you blinked, you might have missed it, because other than the black and white checkerboard of Masonry, which, is pretty apparent what you're going to see behind you. It's not represented on the checkered floor. It's represented through human beings and Hermeticism in this case. In fact, if you scroll down and you take a look at something like that, not Clockwork Orange similar. They actually went more checkerboard type pattern. And if you want to learn more about Hermeticism, as above, so below, the positive, the negative, the left hand of magic, the right hand of magic, all these things, this is old esoteric knowledge. So let's do it. Let's play it because we're going to pause it and I don't want to get taken down, but we're going to play. Now, there you go, right there. Boom. And if you notice underneath, you can also kind of see the checkered pattern. Okay? It's not always there because the whole thing is playing. And of course, they're sexualizing the woman, but you can clearly see, guys, that, the checkered pattern of masonry is part of this performance. It is. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't think that was just a design choice. And as you see where they go into uniform right, not right there, okay? They at one point, I'm going to pause it because I don't want to get this taken down. You never know. We're going to go back to this thing here. You never know. But again, she's the center of attention. This is with her being the goddess. And then they're going to go into the all-seeing eye formation. Okay, it doesn't take long. Let's keep watching it. Hopefully we're not going to get a strike. Bam, there it is right there. Okay, so as you can see, they're in the triangle, and she is the eye at the end. I mean, she's there. And it wasn't, listen, this performance wasn't huge. If anybody else has more occultic symbolism throughout, great. But I thought that this was pretty much in your face. That checkerboard Masonic pattern with people dressed that way, her being the eye in the middle of the triangle, I think it's pretty obvious what that is. But hey, maybe it's just a show. But again, they play up on these things. And I'll tell you what, for a 50-year-old woman, she was killing it. She was actually singing and killed it. And who knows whether she's the one who decides what the choreography is, or it's, I am not sure how much input, people doing these type of Super Bowl shows have. Who are the people that want this stuff? I mean, this was as corporate as it gets. Other than those two things that I mentioned, the Snickers commercial being truthful, and then, the military propaganda, the 5G propaganda, everything was integrated into consumerism, right? For instance, they wanted you to watch that horrible show where it's The Masked Singer. It's The Masked Singer. And Tide bought an unbelievable amount of advertising. Apparently, they want you to clean your clothes with Tide because that was the running Charlie Day ad. Did I miss any symbolism at the Super Bowl in that performance? Am I way off? Did I just make something up? Is the checkerboard pattern and masonry not apparent in that performance? Again, one more time. And again, it's about a 15-minute performance, right? About a 15-minute performance. And this part of that performance is very, very short. Very, very short. I mean, it's maybe 2 minutes of the whole thing. But, I mean, they're clearly in the checkerboard pattern, period. Guys, if you like what I do, again, we're doing things I can't do on YouTube. For instance, on Rockfin, I could have probably played that whole performance. I could have probably played the music. It wouldn't have been a big deal. And like I was yesterday, I was trying to stream the commercials live. I was going to do the first half, second half. Maybe it's with their RTMP, their custom RTMP, which, I'm streaming through XSplit over there, caused some problems. But we are still doing it 5 exclusive times. When you see that premium, you're not getting that on YouTube. So if you want to support me, you go to rockfin.com/Jason Burmis. You hit endorse Jason Burmis. You pay the $9.99 a month, and you not only get my extra 20 videos a month. You get extra 20 videos a month. You get Ben Askren's content. You get Chael Sonen's content. You get Nico House. You get Ron Placone. You get Graham Elwood and a ton more. We're trying to grow this platform here, so consider Rockfin. Make sure you're thumbing this video up. Thumbing it up. Thumbs up. Sub and share. And check out my other stuff, especially my Dark Overlord playlist and my documentary films playlist. After all, I am a documentary filmmaker, guys. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. They're all free right here. I'm not charging you a thing. $0. full-length documentaries, not hobnob together, the real deal. You can share those with people. They're great. I mean, again, I'm not right all the time, but I present evidence, and you can present counter evidence. That's what this is about. It's about having a conversation with people. $5, $10, $15, it means the world to me. This is how we do it. We just started Burmese Brigade Media Month 8. Hard to believe that it's been 8 months since I went on my own. But look, for those that watch my videos this weekend, you know I got into a little bit of a scuffle. It's not fun for me to get punched in the face, guys. I don't enjoy it. If you haven't seen that, that's right here, and you can check it out yourself. But I'm looking to leave the state. And if I can actually hit that $5,000 goal this month and actually do it for the first time since the first 2 months, I promise you that I will go on the road for a week throughout the country and possibly look to finally relocate. Because I don't know what I'm going to do here. New York is nuts. I'm going to be doing something else on the New York State bail reform law later on. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you all on the flip side.